Okay, I don't normally interfere in people's lives, but this might be interesting or stimulating or useful or something like that. So I've been shuffling for a bit, and there's a certain routine you go through, and you shuffle and cut and so on. And you do that 3 times. I've done it twice. This is going to be the third. And what I'm going to do is choose 3 cards. And so we do that and we gather them up. This means that some of the cards are now upright and some are upside down. And then I'm going to do this. Okay. And this is you in the past, you in the present, and this is you in the future. And I'm going to tell you what this means. And if you find that what's described in the past and what's described in the present actually fit what you've been through or what you went through, then we could consider that what is shown in the future is likely to come about as well. So I normally, when I begin, I just keep going. I don't know how this is going to work, because normally I would have your permission or you would ask me. I'm the initiator in this enterprise, so it may be that it's just not going to work, and I'm going to get stuck, or my mind is going to go blank, and that sometimes happens. So depending on what happens, I may end up stopping the camera and thinking about it and then doing something. But ideally, I can turn this over. That's you in the past. Page of Pentacles, but as you see, it was upside down. Pages represent young people, young women, actually. And Pentacles represent money, but more importantly, they represent values. And so this Page of Pentacles upside down in the past shows that back then your problem is, or your problem has been, you don't know or you haven't decided what you care about. So if you're not sure what your values are, what your value sense is, then you don't know what to do, or you don't know why you're doing something, or you don't know why you ought to do something, or why you ought not to do something. And so it's important, we'll see what happens with these two, but the basic stumbling block is that you didn't know what you actually cared about. You may have thought you knew, or you may have thought that this is what you ought to think about, or this is what you ought to care about, but it wasn't true. And so problems now and in the future are based on the fact that you didn't want to commit yourself, or you didn't want to make a decision about what your value sense was. And you know the line in the sand, this is the line, and you don't cross that line. But I think with the Page of Pentacles upside down, you weren't sure what that line was, or you drew the line in the sand, but then somebody stepped over it, so you redrew the line to accommodate the other person. Okay, that's part of what's involved with this Page of Pentacles reverse. Now for the present. 4 of Cups. Okay? And this shows like somebody sitting beneath a tree. This is an improvement from here you've got to this point, and you can see it's kind of a card of meditation and pondering and thinking, because you're sitting outside looking at 3 cups, and so these cups can represent pleasant circumstances in the past, or because the card was upright as well, it's things that worked. And so this is the 4 though, and you get this hand in a cloud holding a cup. And so if you think of it, if you take a look, if this is a still in a movie, what happened before this moment and what's going to come next? And it looks like this person has decided to absent himself from people because there's nobody around. And he's gone to this quiet area, quiet spot, where he can think about what has already happened. The only thing is, or one of the things about this picture is, if you focus too much on what has gone before, you're going to miss the new opportunities that are being presented by this hand in a cloud holding the cup. We don't know where the focus is. It can be on the 3, or it can be on the 1. And so you can think about the symbolism of three: past, present, future, mother, father, child, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, if you're a Marxian or I forget, a Hegelian, whatever it is. But so it's 3 in 1, but somehow you're meant to make new beginnings, and you can probably understand and see the value of new beginnings, because probably looking at this picture, it's this hand, because God appeared in a cloud, and the hand of God appears in a cloud, and so on. So it looks like the 1 is the important number, not the 3. And this represents new beginnings, the beginning of a new cycle of emotional satisfaction, because cups represents water and represents home, family, loved ones, and so on. So it's time to make a new beginning. And if you are willing to make a fresh start, good things happen. The future. Page of Cups, okay. Okay, so page here and page here. This is you in the future. And it indicates that, so we've got, instead of God holding the cup out to you, the page, are now holding the cup. And so, whatever your situation is now, there's a major improvement in the future, because you will make fresh starts, and you'll make renewed efforts to have new beginnings. And if you do that, if you pay attention to ideas that you have that can bring improvements, you're going to find that in the immediate future they work for you. So if you feel like doing something new or something different, or if new and different ideas come along and come into your sphere, you should follow them through and try them and see where they lead, because you're going to find that different kinds of ideas, different kinds of thinking, and different situations where you can invest your emotions. So things that excite you, things that please you, things that give you pleasure, if you follow through with them and make it doesn't matter about the ultimate outcome, because what's important is that you make new beginnings and fresh starts now and in the immediate future. And if you do that, you'll undo a lot of the indecision and the procrastination and the doubt that you had to live with in the past. And actually the doubt in the end was beneficial, because it brought you to this point where you're assessing what has gone before and determining what your new life will be. And I need to pause for a minute. I need to look up one word. Hang on a minute. I'll just let it run. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Okay. Right now, the one key word for you to live by is resourcefulness, which means that you have to be resourceful. You have to identify when other people are acting in a resourceful manner and either copy it, or if it relates to your life circumstance, adapt it and adopt that resourcefulness for your own needs and your own requirements. So that's it. Past, present and future. And then, just to show you how you finish up, you gather things up, a little bit of shuffle, just to sort of put the full stop at the end of the sentence, and then you wrap the cards. And that's it.